wonder if I see you anymore. Trees are budding out and the river's running high. Wonder if you meant it when you said goodbye. Walk on.
Hey, Shelly, I accidentally muted you. Thank you. I'm sorry about that.
Are we there? Can you hear me now? Yeah. Rain is pouring down on my back porch. Better off now than I was before. No turning back, moving down the line. Don't worry, baby, it'll be just fine. Walk on, go ahead and leave. I hate to see you go, but honey, I believe where a rainbow ends as a pot of gold. Something better waiting on down the road. Walk on, walk on, walk on, yeah. Passion pulls you tight and tears you apart. Shadow of doubt draped across your heart. The answers you're looking for are miles away. I ain't about to stand in the way. Sitting by the water, sun shimmers on the sand. Hoping everything goes as planned. Highway rolls as far as I can see. Miles to go before I sleep. Walk on, go ahead and leave. Hate to see you go, but honey, I believe where a rainbow ends as a pot of gold. Something better waiting on down the road. Walk on, go ahead and leave. Hate to see you go, but honey, I believe where a rainbow ends as a pot of gold. Something better waiting on down the road. So walk on, walk on. Hear me, baby, walk on, walk on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, hang on to your hat, honey. The winds of change are gonna blow. I'm straightening up my act, honey. Got a brand new show. Yeah. Open up the curtains, I'm coming through. Hallelujah, I found the truth. Well, I was soul searching when I found you. Too much honky-tonkin' got a hold on me. Running wide open all night just wouldn't set me free. Yeah. It's a small wonder I made it through. Hallelujah, I found the truth. Well, I was soul searching when I found you. I was soul searching. I had a heartache on the mend. Now my soul searching has brought me back to love again. Well, my whole world was upside down, but now I'm back on the level. I thank my sweet Lord above. I didn't dance with the devil, no. I see a bright light coming shining through. Hallelujah, I found the truth. Well, I was soul searching when I found you. Yes, I was soul searching when I found you. Oh, searching, searching for the truth. Soul searching when I found you. Soul searching, searching for the truth. Soul searching when I found you. All right. Ooh, yeah. All right.
Woohoo! Way to go, Shelley King. It's so great to have you back with us. It has been a couple of weeks since we've seen you, and then you were here also with us in September, and it's just so amazing the way our musical family and our activism just keeps weaving in and out. Thank you so much for being with us.
I'm glad to be part of the family. Glad to be here with y'all.
Yeah. Well, we are going to blast off. We're going to catch up with you again in just a few minutes. My name's Scott Bramer. I'm the co-founder of Envoys for Humanity, and we have really just been so excited to have these extra weeks at the end of the year here to build on what we started, building this coast-to-coast community. And there's something, there's a silver lining in all of this. All of this, Retrumplicon battle that we've been up against, and it's just made us stronger and more focused on the fight ahead. We showed Fair Fight. We showed Stacey Abrams' All In, the Fight for Democracy last night. It really brings us to a focus on this weaponization of voter suppression, and we are going to continue our focus as an organization working against that and criminal justice reform and other key things in the weeks and months ahead. So we'll keep you all up to date on that. As far as what Envoys for Humanity is, that's kind of what we're about. It's addressing these overarching issues, building a community coast to coast. And we feel like we celebrate the process. You don't become an envoy, but everybody is an envoy for humanity when they're doing the work. So it's kind of an open door policy that way. And so if you're with us for the first time, you're in the right place, no matter if you're postcarding or you're here to check it out or what have you. So I'm going to turn it over to Kari Ramirez, my co-founder, and she is going to take us into the next segment of the night. Kari, how's it going in San Diego? Still muted there, champ.
There we go. Doing pretty good. It's a little chilly, but I'm sure a lot warmer than other places. It was 43 when I woke up this morning, so that's pretty cold for San Diego. So again, like Scott said, my name is Kari Ramirez, and welcome to yet another Zocalo Zoom. We've been doing this since June on Tuesdays and sometimes twice a week, and it's just been pretty incredible to see it grow and change, and so many collaborations that has been happening with artists and musical guests and inspirational speakers and stuff. And so like Scott said, you're in the right place, just as a space for activists to take a moment to be present in the moment, feel a little bit of joy as we're doing this work, and then also take action. So I do want to start off first by everybody doing a happy dance, whether you want to get out of your chair or you want to be in your chair and happy dance and dance it out. That yesterday, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were officially certified through the Electoral College to be our next president and vice president of the United States. So celebrate that. We have been working hard. Some been working on this and been in this space for years. Some people have just gotten started, and it's a huge accomplishment what we've done. And no matter if you're phone making or texting or writing postcards or writing blogs or posting on social media, whatever you're doing is making a difference. And so keep it up. And today is a little bit of time to celebrate. I did some happy dancing yesterday for sure. So yes. So on that note, though, we still have Georgia. I was explaining to somebody, it's very on point for 2020, right? To have this cliffhanger. It's like, hold my beer, we're not ready for 2021. So we have this cliffhanger. We have two Senate seats that are within our grasp, and that could really change the dynamics of the Senate. And as we know from past experience, we need to get those Senate seats to be able to move forward and get the work done that we really want to do, to be able to lift up Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and push them forward to the agenda that is going to represent the people and help everybody. So we still have Georgia. What we're doing specifically is we are writing postcards to young Black Georgians that are in underserved areas, so more rural counties that maybe don't get a ton of the information out there about voting, important voting dates, website, phone number. And so we are working on that right now. And so if you would like to help out and write postcards, then please definitely take advantage. We are so close to hitting a mark of 20,000 by the end of this. And I think we can do it. I feel like we can do it. 200,000. We're 20,000 away from 200,000 postcards written since June. And I know we can do it. So what we really need is we need everybody to help out and spread the word about what we're doing. If you're here tonight on the Zoom and you would like to request postcard or addresses, I put a direct link in the chat for the form, and that will get you directly to addresses, address requests. And if you want to share far and wide what you're experiencing tonight, your postcards, make sure that you share our website at envoysforhumanity.org/postcarding. And that's the one that you can share with friends and family, share on social media, so they can also go to our website, learn about our postcarding efforts and the campaign we're writing for right now, and get them started, because it's going to take everybody. But we are currently, I did the number crunching today. So we have currently so far written just for Georgia 107,177 postcards. And we started writing on November 10th. So just over a month, we have written over 100,000 postcards. Starting since June to now, we wrote for the general, we wrote for several states. We also wrote for our live artist, which I'm so excited to be here for her campaign, Eliz Markowitz. And so to date, we have written 181,920 postcards. So we're under 20,000 postcards left to write. And I know we can do it. We have about a week and a half, just under 2 weeks to get these addresses out to you guys and then get them on postcards and in the mail. So please, if you can, help by spreading the word on going to envoysforhumanity.org/postcarding and get them set up. We also have a link to our virtual page there too for our virtual events. And so you can find out all the events that we're going to be doing. We have a jam-packed night. We have a jam-packed week. And so tomorrow we're collaborating with the Women of Color Coalition, and they're doing a roundtable of why Georgia is important in this election and the power of Black women vote. And so everybody is welcome to join that. Thursday, we have a phone banking blitz for Ossoff and Warnock. And we're going to be doing that in the evening on Thursday. And then on Friday, we're collaborating with the Jersey Girls, and they are writing postcards with us. We're in partnership with them, but they're going to be doing a holiday slant to their postcards and wishing people happy holidays and bringing up some joy and spirit to these postcards as they're sharing information about voting. So all of that information you can find at envoysforhumanity/postcarding, and that will take you to the virtual page that gives all the events and how to sign up for all those events. We have a lot of stuff going on. And then of course, we have 2 more Tuesdays. We're going to be doing this until the 29th. Our Zocalo Zoom is every night. So thank you guys so much for joining. If you have any questions, we have 2 members that can help out in the chat. And you can go ahead and feel free to start writing if you want to start writing. And if you are veteran writers and you need a little bit more information, then I do have a slideshow presentation that you can watch really quickly. And that can kind of give you extra tips and tricks and stuff like that. Again, we're here if you have any questions. So on that note, I would like to introduce our live artist for the day, for tonight's events, Eliz Markowitz. She is in Texas, and I told you we wrote postcards for her campaign in Texas. She ran for a congressional seat out there. So are you out there, Eliz?
I am. How's everyone doing tonight?
I was talking to her before we officially got started, and I'm a huge fan of hers. I wanted to go to Katie so badly before the pandemic, and both of my children have birthdays in January, and I just couldn't get out there to be able to do that. Might have been in the primary, one of the, I don't know. But I was trying so hard, and I had so much FOMO watching you guys hang out with Beto and just knock on doors like crazy. And I know, even though your race didn't go as all of us had hoped and planned, I just want you to know personally from watching and writing postcards for you, your heart and your spirit and your energy and your dedication is an inspiration to all of us. And I just, what you have to offer, your energy about you just bursts out of you, and it just makes people want to get involved in the process. And so I consider that a win. Anytime you can get more people involved in the process, that's a win, no matter what the outcome is of, what we've wanted. So thank you for being here tonight. So I'm actually really interested in your story on how you started painting, and let us know that kind of story that maybe people don't know about you.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, thank you guys so much for inviting me to come paint with y'all tonight. I really appreciate everything that y'all did during our race, and I'm so stoked that you guys have continued on and aren't giving up at all. It's just the little engine that could. We just keep going, and hopefully we'll see the results that we want to see on January 5th. Yeah, so with regards to painting, I was actually a double major in undergrad with computer science and studio art, and didn't really have a chance to pursue any artistic endeavors over the past 4 years or so due to constant running. But after November, had some time to get back into it and started working on acrylic pouring, which is what I'm hoping to show y'all tonight. And hopefully it'll go well and not be an epic failure.
It's gonna be amazing no matter what. And the cool thing about this is that you get to write to live music, right? And so I'm hoping that will give some inspiration. Were you always into art? Like, was it something as you were younger? Obviously, if you got a major in it, it was something that you just didn't decide. How did that all come about?
Yeah, so it's actually a funny story. In 7th grade, I was in my art class and we were doing a project, and my art teacher said, well, clearly you're not going to be an art major. And that really pissed me off. Whenever someone tells me that I can't do something, it energizes me to prove them wrong. So when I got to college, I decided, okay, well, let's prove them wrong, and decided to pursue an art major in addition to computer science. So it wasn't actually in the plan, but at the end of the day, I was glad that I was able to do it and tapped into an area that wasn't necessarily my forte, but became something that I really loved.
Oh my gosh, that's a perfect, now I love you even more. I didn't know if that was possible, but what a just great mantra to live by, right? If you tell me I can't do it, then I'm going to prove you wrong. So Thank you for that. I think everybody needs to start doing that now, especially in times like these when things seem so down, right? It's like you got to take that negativity and flip it on its head to keep going forward and make something special. Well, thank you so much. So as the night goes on, then we'll go ahead and we're going to spotlight your work. We'll check in a little bit, but mainly we'll just be spotlighting and checking out the work, and I can't wait to see what comes out of tonight. So thank you again for being here.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. And thank you to all of you guys for taking time out of your Tuesday evening to help fight for democracy. It's because of y'all that we live in a place that we want to call home. So thanks for fighting, team.
Yay, thank you. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm just so happy right now. So Shelly King is going to come back and grace us with her musical magic for a couple more songs. So whenever you're ready, take it away, Shelly.
All right. Well, here's one that's especially appropriate this year. It's called Let's Stay Home for Christmas. I wrote it a few years back, but I think it's really apropos this year. Let's stay home for Christmas. I don't want to go nowhere. Put our tree in the window, hang our stockings with care. We can sleep nothing wrong with staying home and shining up the place. Shining up the place. Let's stay home for Christmas. I don't want to go nowhere. But our tree in the window, hang our stockings with care. We can sit next to the fireplace, cuddle up, cuddle up. Oh, let's stay home for Christmas. Oh, the mistletoe and dusty-do around our living room. With our song playing, we'll be swaying and I'll be kissing you. I'll be kissing you. Let's stay home for Christmas. I don't want to go nowhere. But our tree in the window, hang our stockings with care. We can sit next to the fireplace, cuddle up, cuddle up. Oh, let's stay home for Christmas. Oh, to being here with you, my dear, is everything I need. Let me whisper in your ear beneath our Christmas tree. Beneath our Christmas tree. Let's stay home for Christmas. I don't want to go nowhere. But our tree in the window, hang our stockings with care. We can sit next to the fireplace, cuddle up, cuddle up. Oh, let's stay home for Christmas. Oh, let's stay home for Christmas. Oh, let's stay home for Christmas. Yeah, let's stay home for Christmas. All right. When the phone don't ring and the sun don't shine, when unanswered prayers get pushed on down the line, when I'm down so low and a cold wind blows, when the reasons I'm believing get lost in the road, the sun's still coming up every day, the world's still spinning around. Keep hearing my friends all say, just keep your feet on the ground. When I've lost my way and I'm all alone, and I'm missing the ones I call home. When I hit rock bottom and I can hardly see, seeing is believing. I believe this is killing me. The sun's still coming up every day, the world's still spinning around. I keep hearing my friends all say, just keep your feet on the ground. I can feel the changes coming soon, like the tides feel the pull of the moon. I can feel a new day coming for me, like the waves rolling in from the sea. I can feel a new day, a better way. A change is coming soon. I'm talking about a new day, a better way. Change is coming soon. This tunnel seems so dark, but I think I see the light. I've been down so long, I've forgotten just what it's like to feel the rain on my face, the wind on my skin. Think I'll get out of the house and go hang out with my friends. The sun's still coming up every day. The world's still spinning around. Keep hearing my friends all say, just keep your feet on the ground. I can feel changes coming soon, like the tides feel the pull of the moon. I can feel a new day coming for me, like the waves rolling in from the sea. I can feel a new day, a better way. Change is coming soon. I'm talking about a new day, a better way. A change is coming soon. Oh yeah, I said a na 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 woo. Na 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 woo. Na 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 new day, a better way. A change is coming soon. Are you ready for a new day, a better way? Change is coming soon. Yeah, yeah it is. All right.
Shelly King for
Hey,
Zocalo Zoom. So good to see you. Merry
Good to
Christmas.
see you.
Happy
Looking for you,
Hanukkah.
Jesse.
Happy Kwanzaa. Happy all of it.
Happy all of it. I'm looking
Happy
for Jesse in
change.
the pictures. I don't see you.
Oh, I'm
Good to see you.
good to see you too. Happy change coming to Georgia.
Oh, hallelujah. Coming to all of us.
Thank you so much for being with us again. Love having you be the opening slot.
Me too.
And it's always great to see you. And I love how festive everything looks behind you.
Woo!
Couple
Getting in the
candles.
spirit.
Couple candles rock. Wanted to take this time to segue to Kashona, and if you would let us see you.
Hi.
So far, I haven't. There you are. Welcome. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
I love that we we get to play you on the radio here in Nashville, and I love how all of this connected for you to come and be with us for Zocalo Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have the
grateful.
capability to make it a little bit louder?
Yeah, I sure can.
Cool.
I
Awesome.
can also just talk louder.
Well, there's that.
There's also that. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Been staying pretty busy, and trying to do as much outreach from behind this computer as possible, just like you guys tonight.
Exactly. Well, we love having you be part of this.
Yeah.
Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
And would you play for us, please?
Yeah. I have to give this shout out. When I entered the room, I saw a soul in this room that I haven't seen in a long time from Athens, and Caroline Aiken is in the room, and I just have to pay my respects to that queen. So, hey, Caroline. Thank you so much. I love WMOT for having kind of invited me into this embrace as well. I appreciate you guys playing my latest record. And the whole point of my album was to be a voice and a vessel for those that feel lost, forgotten, silenced, or are hurting. And the first step to helping people be seen is to truly listen. So this is the title track off of my latest record. Da da da. Da 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 da. Why you gotta interrupt when I'm not done talking? I need you to keep it shut. This This ain't up for discussion. Da 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 da. Yeah, I'm pouring out my heart, 'cause I want you to see it. I know you're picking me apart, but you ain't gotta speak it. Why don't you listen? Why don't you listen? Why don't you listen? Yeah, I know you wanna help, but you're deaf to the mission. Even when you see the hand I'm dealt, you pretend it's my decision. Don't try and say that our struggle's the same. Don't lie and tell me you're ready for change. Yes. Why don't you listen? Why don't you listen? Why don't you listen? Why won't you listen? I'm standing right in front of you, trying to tell you my truth. The only thing I ask of you is listen. Ooh, listen, yes. Listen. Ooh, listen. Why don't you listen? Why won't you listen? Why won't you listen? Why don't you listen? I feel like I skipped a verse in there somewhere, but yeah. I got caught up. I got so caught up watching the art go by. So yes, thank you guys. Thank you, everybody. My name is Kashana, Kashana Armstrong, and I am based here in Nashville, Tennessee, but I am a Georgia is in my blood. I lived in Georgia for years before I moved here, and I still consider it home. I'm originally from South Carolina, but I claim Georgia as my home. So any way that I can be of help. I wish I could still vote in that state, but it's just not possible. So I love being able to be a part here of just trying to promote and get people out there and encourage them to get out and vote. Yeah. This song is, this was the first single off the record. This is called Too Much. It's been my anthem for this year. Sleeping on the subway, waiting for your luck to change. Second guessing the choices that you made. How you gonna keep on keeping on when you feel beaten down and your money's all gone? How you keep on keeping on, keeping on? Sure is too much how all your luck is about to change. Sure is too much, you got more bills before you break. It sure is too much, yeah. All of the signs are telling me that I'm running out of time. But I gotta tell you, this weight is too much, too much, too much. Ooh, just too much, yeah, too much, too much. Ooh, yes. There's only so much that one poor soul can do. Yeah, yes, only so many times you can play to an empty room. Yes, how you gonna keep on keeping on when you feel beaten down and your money's all gone? How you keep on keeping on, keeping on? Sure is too much. Oh, your luck is about to change. It sure is too much. You got more baby before you break. It sure is too much, yeah. All of the signs are telling me that I'm running out of time. But I gotta tell you, this weight is too much, yes. Yeah, and ooh, yes. Ooh, when it gets harder, hold on just a little longer. Ooh, just before the dawn, yes. You know it gets darker. Ooh, when it gets harder, hold on just a little longer. Ooh, just before the dawn, yes. You know it gets darker. Ooh, when it gets harder, hold on just a little longer. Ooh, and just before the dawn, yes. You know it gets darker, darker, darker. Ooh, sure is too much. Oh, your luck is about to change. It sure is too much. You got more baby before you break. It sure is too much, yeah. All of the signs are telling me that I'm running out of time. But I gotta tell you, this week is too much. Oh, your luck is about to change. Just too much, yeah. You got more baby before you break. Hey, Caroline. Just too much, yeah. All of the signs are telling me that I'm running out of time. But I gotta tell you, this weight is too much, too much, too much. Ooh, said it's just too much, yeah. It's too much, ooh, yes. I said it's just too much. That was fun to have you up here, Caroline. Hey. Big shout out to Susan Miller. I see you in the chats. The weather's always changing. It's sunny, then it's raining. Daylight's always fading. Stars are moving through the sky. And people all around you, they only tell you what they want to. Never know what all they're going through. And we're all just passing by. We all got our reasons to be afraid. It's easy to give up and hide away. I'm gonna try to be alive. In a world that's ever spinning, do my best to keep on living. I'm gonna try to be alive. On a ground that's ever shifting, I will fight to be forgiven. Yesterday's problems, today we already forgot them. They'll be back again tomorrow, and we'll be surprised again. At the end of every season, we'll fall down on our knees and stop praying there's a reason. Knowing somewhere in the wind, I failed myself from time to time. But I will not surrender. I'm gonna try to be alive. In a world that's ever spinning, do my best to keep on living. I'm gonna try to be alive. On a ground that's ever shifting, I will fight to be forgiven. I'm gonna try. Oh, try. I'm gonna try to be alive. On a ground that's ever shifting, I will fight to be forgiven. Yes. I love seeing you guys working on your postcards right now. This is a great thing, you know. I just did a something similar to this for an organization I work with called Tennessee Higher Education for it's for those who are incarcerated and getting their degrees right now. And we did something very similar. It was very connecting, you know. People were writing holiday cards to those behind bars just to give them some encouragement. And I love the fact of using this time right now while we're at home to just do action, you know, just really put our words to it and connect with other people and encourage one another. So way to go, everybody out there doing your postcards right now. I feel like we are passing on the torch, and I have a song about passing on a torch from one to another. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate you. This is called Marching On. Many the miles that I have traveled, so much pain I've had to rise above. So many dreams have come unraveled. Still I'm waiting for my love. I hear a distant hallelujah singing a change is gonna come. I could still find a song in the soul guitar, still see the light in that dying star. I hear a jubilee choir singing into the dawn. Keep on marching, child, keep on marching on the road. It may be long, keep on marching on, yes. Ooh, 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 yeah. Many the men who have fallen by the hand of a mighty few, we can hear their voices calling. Children, we pass the flame on to you. I hear a distant hallelujah singing, we shall not be moved. I could still find a song in the soul guitar, still see the light in that dying star. I hear a jubilee choir singing into the dawn. Keep on marching, child, keep on marching on the road. It may be long, keep on marching on, yes. Ooh, 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 yeah. Yeah. Hear a distant hallelujah singing, we shall overcome. I could still find a song in the soul guitar, still see the light in that dying star. There's a jubilee choir singing into the dawn. Keep on marching, child, keep on marching on. I could still find a song in this old guitar, oh, and I still see the light in that dying star. There's a jubilee choir singing into the Keep on marching, child. Keep on marching on the road. It may be long. Keep on marching on. Just sing your freedom song. Keep on marching on. Oh, while our hearts are young. Keep on marching on. Yeah, yeah. Keep on marching on. I see you. Keep on marching on. Yes. No, no, no. Keep on marching on. Yes. Ooh, keep on marching on. Y'all give a round of applause for our ribbon dancer. Oh, I used to have one of those when I was a kid. That was beautiful dancing. Thank you. I'm going to stay on this motivational track. Oh, thank you. You love the headwear. Oh, that's for Lisa. Sorry. I should pay attention, huh? I'll stop paying attention to the chat. I wrote this with my good friend, Christina Harrison. And it's called We the People. And I feel like it had even more, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. Thank you for acknowledging my headwear. I feel like this song had even more of a meaning, especially after this summer, with all that has been going on with the kind of the reckoning that we've been going through as a country. And this is for anyone that has ever felt like they haven't been seen. This is called We the People. We the people, always sitting below equal. They stripped our power away. Put on new faces, no more races left where we go. Yet we're determined to stay. You say one nation, but we're all divisible. Drain us empty, made our faces criminal. The rise is so slow, that's the only freedom we know. And then they call out our name, and then they call out our name. It's alright to be right, stay God of our life. We had the key all along, we beat on, beat on. It's alright to be right, stay God of our life. We built this land brick from bone, we beat on, beat on. We turned and toil, left our blood soaked in the soil. They left our bodies to burn. Treated our nation like the cells of their plantations. But what did we earn? We say one nation, but we're all divisible. Trained us empty, made our faces criminal. It's alright to be right, stay God of our life. We had the key all along, we beat on, beat on. It's alright to be right, stay God of our life. We built this land brick from bone, we beat on, beat on. It's alright to be right, stay God of our life. We built this land brick from bone, we beat on, beat on. It's alright to be right, stay God of our life. We built this feel like I just did a song about marching on. But you can never give that message enough times. This is a new one. It's called Cleft of the Rock. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Kashana. You can find me at kashana.com. Thank you, Carla. No, we ain't gonna go. No. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. No, we ain't gonna go. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. Down in the soil, deep down in the water, there's a crack that's breaking backs. You can't mend it all alone. Come along, you weary, gather around you strong. We will give a voice to peace, where love can be our song. No, we ain't gonna go, no. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. No, we ain't gonna go, no. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. Climbing higher and higher up the rough side of this mountain. No, we will not say a word, no, till we get to the other side. No, we ain't gonna go, no. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. No, we ain't gonna go, no. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. One by one, two by two, hands behold me and you. Three strands, strongest cord, pull us through. Down in the cleft of the rock, we gon' make this a mountain. No, we ain't gonna go. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. No, we ain't gonna go. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on, yes. And then we keep on marching on. And then we keep on marching on. And then we keep on marching on, yeah. And we keep on marching on, yeah. Yes, keep on marching on. I declare it's really cool to see art being created in the moment. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for having me here for this really cool night of connection. Yeah, I'm just appreciative every moment that I can get. I'm gonna do an oldie but a goodie for me. This is thank you, Caroline. This is a song I wrote a few years back. This was after my first tour in the UK. And I was standing on the front steps of this, one of my favorite venues in London called the Green Note. Thanks, Brandy. And as I was standing outside the Green Note, there were these two young men that came up to me, and they just wanted to tell me how much they enjoyed the show. They had peeked their heads in for a minute. And while we were talking, these two older gentlemen that were kind of in the group that I was with came up to these two men and said, hey, where are you from? And I was confused. These two men looked confused. These two gentlemen that I was talking to. And the older men said, no, where are you from? And the guy said, I'm from here, I'm from London town. Like, no, but where are you from? And at that moment, I realized, see, the thing I didn't tell you is that these two men were, as I found out later, from Afghanistan. And I'm so used to being the worst thing in the room. I'm so used to being the target. I didn't understand what it looked like to see someone else experiencing what I'm so used to experiencing. And I got back to the States and realized it doesn't matter where you are. I kept thinking there was something special about the UK, that racism didn't exist, and that was a lie. That was a lie. It just looks different everywhere. But we're all walking through. We're all just trying to be seen and understood. And see, if you remember that no matter how different we look, no matter how different we love, no matter how different our beliefs are, what we believe in, who we believe in, who we love or how we love, if you cut us deep, we all bleed the same. So I came back and wrote this song. It's called Same Blood. Oh man, Moses, he's waiting in the river, trying to wash his hands free of the blood and the pain. Gotta tell his children why we kill each other, how after 2,000 years we still live this way. In the home of the brave, in the land of the free. If you're telling the truth, you got enemies. But it don't matter what you believe, no, we all bleed the same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood, same blood. We've carried the sins of our fathers for years. We've learned how to hate, and we've learned what to fear. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Can't undo all the bad that's been done. Can't put that bullet back in the gun. All you can do is try to love someone else. For goodness sake, won't you love someone? We all bleed the same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood, same blood. We all bleed the same blood. We all bleed the realize that this land, this world is just like this art that Eliz is making. All the colors combining to make a beautiful piece. Let's sing that chorus one more time together, y'all. We all bleed the same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood, same blood. Yes, y'all, we all bleed the same.
Thank you so much for sharing all of the sentiments of all of your songs. They're at once uplifting and beautiful and poignant. And you have an amazing voice to deliver all of that with. So
thanks so much. There was a dancer. Like y'all got, I'm sorry, this is high class entertainment. You know what I mean? You got dancing, you got art, and you got music and fellowship. I mean, what else could you ask for?
and activism.
And activism, the biggest thing tonight, yes.
I had an encounter with somebody in Washington, D.C. in the 80s, and she at the time was in her 70s and had, seen a lot of politics living in Washington, D.C., and she was, an operative connected. And I was in my 30s at that point, and she said to me, don't stop protesting. You always must march. And those are words I took with me through the decades. And now I'm approaching the age she was when we met. And I still believe that we can make a difference with the breath that we take on a daily basis.
Absolutely. We got to keep marching.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Kashona, thanks so much for being with us. It was remarkable.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And yes, this is the Zocalo Zoom, and we have another set coming up in just a little bit from Brennen, Leigh, and Noel McKay. Eliz, Markowitz, can we check in with you for a second? Your art has been unbelievably beautiful all night, and the technique is incredible. I'm not certain if you can hear me, but watching you work is just, it's so lovely, so incredible.
I'm glad you guys like it. We can see what we've been able to make so far. So we have our rainbow.
Way cool. Beautiful.
Bunch of little cells on there. And then we don't want to waste our paint, so we took the dregs. We made some geode type art here. And then we have our warm meets cool.
Very nice.
And it's just been amazing to paint with y'all while listening to the beautiful voices. It's pretty much the American dream, right?
Seriously. So let me ask you a question. How long do those things take to dry?
It takes about 24 hours for it to be dry to the touch and about 2 weeks for it to completely cure.
That's incredible. And what kind of paint are you using?
Pour Masters acrylic pouring paint, which you too can own if you go to Amazon.com.
We're going to check in with you. Are you making more tonight?
I'm going to make one more before we wrap up for the night.
Awesome. Excellent. We'll check back in with you. I want to bring Randy Kagan on. Randy from Fair Fight, are you with us?
Hey, I am here. Thank you so much for having me.
It is our pleasure. Thank you so much for, I'm sure you're super busy right now, stopping what you're doing and sharing a little bit of time with us because you are in the midst of the fair fight.
Yes, we are. And thank you so much for having me. And thank you, Robyn, for arranging this. And I'm so glad I caught the last little bit of that beautiful music and to see that art. This is an incredible group.
It's really a wonderful thing that we get to do on Tuesday nights, bringing together different elements into a community that is based on activism. And I want you to talk about what is going on right now, what the trajectory has been for Fair Fight and what you guys are doing right now.
Sure, and I have a few slides that I can show you if you want me to do a little screen share, or we can just kind of freestyle it. But let me try and let's see if this.
Yeah, Randy, you should be able to screen share if you want to do that. If that's
Awesome, thank you.
Cool.
And you can see my dog Miley in the background. She loves the pandemic more than
welcome dogs.
Yeah, this is like the dog's dream. But so what I did is I put together just a little update for you of what we've been doing and where we're going. And I am assuming that most of you are familiar a little bit with Fair Fight and with our founder, Stacey Abrams. But we were formed in 2018, just after the gubernatorial election, because Leader Abrams felt that it's not about any one election. We need to make sure that every voter is able to have their voice heard and their vote counted. And until that happens, a leader could come and go, but it's about the people, and the people need their voices to be heard. So she and her wisdom, and with a lot of other folks, founded Fair Fight Action, and we focus on legislation, litigation, and advocacy. And those are kind of three words that lots of people say without a full, deep awareness of their meaning, but they're all three very powerful ways of making sure and working towards ensuring that all voters are aware of their rights and eligible voters are able to register to vote, to cast their ballot, and to have that ballot count. And life is so interesting. I've talked about Fair Fight for a couple of years now, and all of a sudden I say those words, ensure their ballot counts, and it takes on a new meaning. It is everlasting. So how do we do that? There's a bunch of different ways. Litigation, and it's so interesting how kind of sexy election litigation has suddenly become, and everybody's talking about it. We filed a lawsuit in 2018 challenging the way elections are administered in Georgia, not challenging the outcome, but saying until everybody's voting experience until some citizens do not have an easier time voting than other citizens, elections are not fair and free. And that litigation is ongoing because litigation takes years. And we are hoping to get a trial date this spring. We were hoping to get a trial date last summer. Things keep getting delayed. But one of the pieces of work that I have the pleasure of doing is talking to voters and documenting their stories. And it is the most powerful work. And we have a huge team of volunteers who help us. And we meet our voters where they are. We hear their stories. We hear what makes them real and human. And, you don't have to be perfect in order to be able to vote. And most of us are very imperfect, and we have very human imperfections. But to talk to voters and say, you know what, it's okay that you overslept and you didn't get to go vote until your way home from work, even though you meant to get there at 7 a.m, you didn't get there until 6 o'clock at night. That doesn't mean you should have to wait in line 6 hours. That doesn't make it okay. So to me, that is very powerful, because not only are we documenting voter experiences to demonstrate this is what elections are like, but we are also empowering every single voter we speak with to say, yeah, your experience matters and your voice matters. And our work and a lot of other people's work has started to change things in Georgia, and to really emphasize, yes, every single person matters. And of course, we are so proud of what happened in November, and our voters turned out, and you watched them wait in line in June, and you watched them wait in line again in November, and they're going to wait in line again January 5th, because people want their voices heard. Our vote is our power, and we are empowered when we know that. So we're gearing up to do it again. So I can't even count how many elections we've had in Georgia this year. We had the presidential primary start in March. We, I think, had 4 days of early voting, and then the whole country locked down for COVID, and the election got delayed, and then it got delayed again, and then we had it in June. We had a runoff in August. We had a special election to fill a Congressman John Lewis's seat in September. We had the general election in November, and we had a special runoff in December 1st for local races. And now, of course, January 5th is our US Senate runoffs. Early voting in Georgia started on December 14th. It started this past Monday, so we are in the midst of that. And already our turnout on the first day of early voting on December 14th, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe was higher than the first turnout on the first day of early voting in the general election. Our voters know this matters, and their voice matters. And everything that has happened in this election and post-election period, I think has helped voters feel their power, and to watch the whole nation pay attention to it and challenge it and fight for it. It's a remarkable time. So I wanted to share this little video. Oh, can you hear it? Let me pause it for a second and see if I can figure out how to make this louder. And I don't know if anyone knows how to do that on their end.
Randy, what you'll have to do is stop screen sharing for a second, and then there's a little button that you click on, you go share, and then right before you hit the blue share button, there's a little button on the bottom that you tag that says have my computer sound or something like that.
Optimize for video clip?
And right next to it should be use computer sound.
Share sound.
Yeah, there you go. And then you don't have to do that again if you have another video.
That is brilliant. Thank you so much. Did it work?
In the November.
Yep, we hear it.
Let's get to work one more time. Runoff elections for both of Georgia's U.S. Senate seats are taking place on January 5th. Now is the time to request your mail-in ballot. You can request your ballot directly through Georgia's new online portal. Find out how at peachvote.com or click here for more information. Our futures, our communities are on the ballot. Don't wait. Request your mail-in ballot today.
So
Hi, Georgia.
Whoops, sorry, I don't think I love to listen to Leader Abrams as much as possible, but let's stick it to just once. Let me go back to, there we go. All right, back to normal. We've been working a lot on voter education, and can we hear me normally again? Okay, good, thank you. We've been working a lot on voter education, and I like to think of it as voter empowerment, but the concept of make a plan to vote, I mean, that's what we have been saying. Now we're saying execute the plan to vote. Absentee ballots have come out. It's not quite too late for a Georgia voter to request one, but it's getting there. But to just emphasize over and over again, make your plan, vote, exercise your power, exercise your vote as soon as you are possibly able to. Because of course, going back to thinking about that calendar with the elections, next week is the holidays, and we only have 3 weeks of early voting. And in a runoff election, there is not mandatory Saturday early voting. So counties get to choose whether or not they want to offer Saturday voting. So there really aren't that many days for folks to exercise that right to vote with the holidays, with the pandemic, and there's always the chance that it will snow. And I know most of you are in Texas, and I don't know if your cities react the same way we do. I don't remember you guys having a snowmageddon and being in the national news because it snowed half an inch, but it happened here. So we really are encouraging all of our voters, vote right now. And something else I wanted to talk to you about, and then we can talk about some questions, is we talk a lot about how we talk about voting. And it's so interesting now that everybody's tweeting about voting and accusations are flying among all of these different organizations and different politicians. But what our research has shown is that repeating disinformation about voting, even if it's to say, "Ooh, this is terrible," amplifies it and normalizes it. So we try to be very careful in how we talk about voting to not amplify misinformation. Like for months, our research director kept saying, if I can just get people to stop retweeting Donald Trump, that even if you're sending it to a friend to say, hey, look at this crazy thing I saw, somehow in our brains, that makes us start to normalize it. So I wanted to share with you some of Fair Fight Action's thoughts about how all of us can help influence the narrative. And it's amazing how it comes up, like, and sometimes in kind of intrusive ways. Like, I don't necessarily want to have a conversation in the grocery store with someone about whether or not there's voting fraud, but we don't like to use that term because it implies that this is a common thing and that this is a normal thing, and it's not. So I put together these bullet points for all of you to think about and to share in your social media and in your platforms to only amplify trusted sources. I almost caught me the other day. I saw something, I so wanted to believe it. I was about to forward it to a bunch of my friends, and I could hear our research director's voice. Her name is Ossoff, and I could hear her saying, don't amplify unless you know where it comes from. And I thought, you know what, I want to believe this too much. I need another source, and I never saw it again. It was probably not true. So instead, when we talk about voting, to focus on voter power, on voter options, and on democratic norms. We don't want to debate, will there be a smooth transition of power? That normalizes to even discuss it. Let's talk. Americans made their voices heard. And now the politicians are finally starting to follow what the Americans say. We can trust our systems and our norms and rely on them. And we might have to demand that, but we can do that. We've learned our power. And the same thing with photos, videos, trying not to debate it. Stacey Abrams always says, your vote is your voice, and if it didn't matter, they wouldn't try so hard to take it away. And I think that's how we all want to think about it. We want to influence the narrative by emphasizing voter power. And as things come up, which they do so often, so fast, for us, the best way to see the talking points, to think about how to handle things, because I'm sure for all of you also, every time something crazy happens, everyone in your world calls you and says, hey, what do you think about this? And I follow the Fair Fight on social media because they are the quickest at getting out the how we want to think about things. And I joke, the average age of our social media team, Fair Fight, is like 24, I think. Their Twitter and Instagram, they do the Facebook a little bit to satisfy some of us older folks, but I always check what Stacey Abrams is saying on Twitter and what Fair Fight is saying on Twitter. And it always helps me think about the news of the day in a way that supports voters and supports our power. I put together a couple of resources if you are interested. Peach Vote is for voting information for people in Georgia, but if you have friends who have questions about voting, whatever it is, encourage them to go there. If you are interested in volunteering with us, mobilize/Fair Fight. And Help Win Georgia is all about our messaging. And if gasenate.com is Fair Fight working with John Ossoff and Reverend Raphael Warnock to support their campaigns. And a couple other resources in case you have friends or family in Georgia who want their vote heard, their voices told, their story told someday. I hope we're able to do this everywhere. Fair Fight is working in 20 other states and we've all stood up voter protection units. And I would love it if we documented voters' voices everywhere. I would love it if someone used that with song or art to show the strength of people when they just get to say what they think should be right. And so with that, I can answer questions, or I don't know what your format is usually like, but thank you so much for including me with you. And I love seeing you all.
I know we had a question. Kari, do you wanna, I know it was in chat, so I'm not certain.
Yeah, I can ask it. Thank you, Randy, for being here. That was such great information, and just in a way that focusing on the power of the voter. I mean, that's so like just changes, your view on what's going on right now, right? And not getting bogged down in all the details and the tantrums and all the stuff. And I think it's such a knee-jerk reaction for us to retweet or share or comment on these negative posts. And so thank you for laying that out there so we can realize that the best thing to do is just ignore it. And focus on the positive. So thank you for that. So the question was, and I think you kind of answered it a little bit more, but if you can go into a little bit of detail about different chapters or working in Fair Fight, working in different states, is there a place that we can go to see, because we're a nationally distributed organization. So is there a place that we could go to see where you are working in other states and how our people can get involved in those other states?
Yes, Fair Fight 2020, I
Okay.
believe it's .com. That's our national website. And what we did is we launched Fair Fight 2020 in the summer of 2019 with the idea of looking ahead to 2020 and what states were likely to be battleground states and what states did we want to start working with the folks who had already been on the ground for years doing all of that organizing work to say, how can we help voters find their power? And that's what we did. And so we are in 20 states and we would love to be in more. And it was, we all saw what happened. Voters are finding their power across the country. And even in states like Georgia that no one believed would ever vote blue again. And voters feel their power everywhere. We see emails from folks who are in states that you would never, ever imagine would have a Democrat in any capacity. And that might be true today, but it will not be true forever. And the people like it when they realize their vote matters and it makes a difference. So please, Fair Fight 2020,
Okay.
Right now, most of our energy is focused on the runoff in Georgia, but as soon as that is over, it'll be time to start thinking about 2022 and midterms. So every single voter protection department in the country will be critically important, and every single voter in the country will be critically important.
That's awesome. Okay, well, thank you. Does anybody else have any questions? If you do have a question, you can unmute yourself and ask Randy a question. I don't think I saw any more in the chat. So apologize if I missed any in the chat. Let me see here. Okay. So I think that's it. I appreciate so much you coming and talking with us. I hadn't been following Stacey Abrams very much during the campaign. But since we've been focusing on Georgia, and even before that, during the election, Robyn introduced us to the All In Fight for Democracy documentary. And so we've actually, as an organization, hosted 4 screenings now of that to date.
Wow.
Because it's such an impactful, powerful, just a powerful film in general. And then just seeing how incredible Stacey Abrams is. And I love that you guys are reaching out and doing this in other states, and what you said about trying to meet and network with the people that are already doing the work on the ground, because there is work going on all over, but it seems like there is sometimes a lack of collaboration. And so everybody's kind of doing their own thing. And I think that's great to have that kind of big umbrella of working together. So that's awesome. So thank you. I appreciate it so much. And we are doing a postcarding campaign, and we've written so far to Georgia alone, we've written 107,177 postcards.
Wow.
And a majority of that, we're reaching out to young Black voters in rural areas to try to help them get the information. So ages 18 to 25, we have their addresses and we're sending them the information on. We just switched our language, so we're not doing absentee anymore, but how they could have gotten an absentee ballot when we were writing that, and early voting dates and the websites. And I think we were using iwillvote.com, but I'm thinking we might do Peach Votes.
You can use them both, because Peach Vote links to I Will Vote to find out voting locations. Okay. But Peach Vote also talks a lot about very Georgia specific
Yeah, I kind of like that. And it's something easy to remember, right?
Yeah.
Easy to
Well,
remember.
I'm showing you something. This is totally unplanned and off script. I'm knocking everything off my bulletin board. This is a postcard that I received in 2018 when John Ossoff was running against what it was like here in Handle. It's the seat that Lucy McBath ended up having. There was like a special election, and it came from, I think it's Oregon, Portland, Oregon. And I remember I was just so touched. I happen to live in that district, and I just thought, like, it just warmed my heart that someone in Portland took the time to write. And it was such a like lovely, generous, kind, full of love postcard that I've kept it on my bulletin board ever since. And so thank you for doing that. That sometimes that love, I mean, it's a shame we can't share it in person, but getting a postcard shares that love. And that might be what it takes for someone to think, yeah, I'm going to go out and do this. So thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That's really cool. That's good to know. It kind of helps us keep going, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, well
thank you so much, and thank you for supporting Georgia and supporting everyone. And we'll be doing this all again, all of us together, and before you know it.
Yep, right.
And then doing it, because what else is our option?
I know. Yeah. We just have to keep moving forward. Well,
Exactly.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll hand it back over to Jesse. Again, thank you, Randy, for being here. We appreciate you taking your time out of your.
Absolutely, I so enjoyed it.
Thank you, Randy, Faigan. Fair fight. You do inspiring work. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you all.
We want to introduce a couple more folks from Nashville by way of Texas, by way of the Midwest. Brennen, Leigh, Noel, McKay. I saw you before with axes in your hands. I don't know whether, let me look at the view and see. There you are. Hi. You want to unmute yourself?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can. You want to make it a little bit louder?
Yeah, here. Hold on.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Wait.
It's great to see you guys.
Oh, it's great to see you
too. Is
too.
that loud enough?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
better?
great.
Good to see everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for having us back. This is
Thank you for being part of it.
Of course.
super inspiring.
It's way cool.
It's been a triumphant 36 hours. So
Right.
and month. So
Yay.
Month, yes. Let's not forget.
More to come.
yeah.
Would you play for us, please?
Sure.
Oh yeah, you bet. I'm gonna do one that I wrote with my late friend Richard Dobson. If I run the river with you, would you run the river with me? Those you run the river with, the few and far between, would you trust your life with me? I trust mine with you, 'cause you wander on the river with, and I'll run the river with you. Oh, I'll run the river with you. Well, the river carved this canyon for 100 million years. I expect it will 100 million more. I've let its waters quench my thirst, I've given it my tears, and I've laid down beside its peaceful shores. I don't know how long it will take to learn its every crook and bend, but I know a friend when I meet a friend. If I run the river with you, would you run the river with me? Those you run the river with, the few and far between, would you trust your life with me? I trust mine with you, 'cause you wander on the river with, and I'll run the river with you. Oh, I'll run the river with you. I've journeyed all alone up where the water's clear and clean, and it starts out as a tiny mountain stream. But I have yet to travel to the place I long to be, where the river empties out into the sea. I don't know how long it will take to learn its every crook and bend. You run the river with a few and far between. Would you trust your life with me? I trust mine with you, 'cause you wander on the river with, and I'll run the river with you. Oh, I'll run the river with you. If I run the river with you, would you run the river with me? Those you run the river with, the few and far between, would you trust your life with me? I trust mine with you, 'cause you wander on the river with, and I'll run the river with you. Oh, I'll run the river with you. Oh, I'll run the river with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab my other guitar
All righty.
because my E string is about to lose it.
Here, if you just,
Will you get it?
I'll
for
get
me?
it for
You're
you.
on the right side of the room to do that. Well, I'm gonna do. Whoa. Can y'all hear us okay now? Let me know if you can. So I wrote a song for Joe Biden, and I got I put it on Facebook a couple of days ago, and I got in trouble. I got disowned by some so-called fans, but I think y'all will appreciate it. It's a little Christmas themed tune. Wrote it for Joe. Well, I didn't write it. I parodied another song. I parodied somebody else's song, Christmas classic. So I hope you like it. I'm gonna make sure I'm tuned. It's nice to be here with all of you. I've enjoyed the music so much. Kashana and Shelly. Shelly, I haven't seen you in ages. So good to hear you, both of you. And watch this painting. It's mesmerizing, just gorgeous. Pardon my tuning. Biden, baby, America needs you really bad, and we're glad. We've waited for long years, Biden, baby, so hurry to the White House tonight. Biden, baby, an economic stimulus plan, $3,000 every month on the first. Biden, baby, hurry to the White House tonight. We're in debt up to our chin, unemployed and stressed, our patients wearing thin. The last 4 years left us traumatized. Tell me, Mr. President, are you in? Biden, baby, think of us, you mustn't be late. Legislate a green energy
tonight. Biden, baby, eliminate all corporate tax cuts. They're nuts. Small businesses need your love. Biden, baby, hurry to the White House tonight. Biden, sweetie, make our holidays green and bright. Reunite immigrant kids with their folks. Biden, baby, hurry to the White House tonight. Cancel debt, make college free, close the gap on income inequality. Give us Medicare for all. We're counting on you, Joe, baby. Biden, honey, there's just one little thing that I need. It's weed. Legalize it for me, Biden, baby. Hurry to the White House tonight. Hurry to the White House tonight. Hurry to the White House tonight. All right. Thank you for not disowning me for that. We had fun with it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I didn't fit everything in there that I wanted to fit in there because there was only so much room, but there you have it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think we're gonna do one that I wrote in my sleep. I wrote the beginning of this song in a dream. Get Brennen to play some guitar part.
What song is this?
The song's called "The 50 Loneliest Places in the Nation." All the 50 loneliest places in the nation are some places that I've been to. They only earned that status because I got my saddest when I went to them and spent some time without you. Exotic places, well, I've known some. These are some that I made lonesome when you broke my heart and I went on vacation. They're the 50 loneliest places in the nation. St. Louis makes me bluest. St. Paul just makes me bald. Niagara Falls might be the worst of all. Schenectady, oh, woe is me. San Clemente, tears are plenty in San Antonio. My heart sinks like a stone. In New Orleans, the days are mean. In Mandeville, I miss you still. In Baton Rouge, my mind's filled with regret. Los Alamos, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and the Florida Keys. I'll never dance again in Lafayette. All the 50 loneliest places in the nation are some places that I've been to. They only earned that status because I got my saddest when I went to them and spent some time without you. Exotic places, well, I've known some. These are some that I made lonesome when you broke my heart and I went on vacation. They're the 50 loneliest places in the nation. Grand Forks, Gulfport, Galveston, Green Bay, Milwaukee, Madison, Muskogee. When I weep, my sobs are noisy. Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine, Ponchatoula near Pontchartrain, and I can't seem to shake the blues in Boise. Kansas City, Kankakee, Walla Walla, Waikiki, Louisville, Kentucky at the races. Juneau, Joplin, Jamestown to Chicago, Cheyenne, Kalamazoo. I guess I'll have to go some other places. Atlanta, Santa Ana, Cincinnati, Texarkana, Tacoma, Houma, Yuma, Union City, Albuquerque, Albany, Asheville, Nashville, Tennessee. I feel so forlorn that it's a pity. New York City, Newport Beach, I've been there and cried in each. Still, I'm glad I beheld each lovely sight. And I suppose it would be rude if I neglected to include this city that I'm standing in tonight. The 50 loneliest places in the nation are some places that I've been to. They only earned that status because I got my saddest when I went to them and spent some time without you. Exotic places, well, I've known some. These are some that I made lonesome when you broke my heart and I went on vacation. They're the 50 loneliest places in the nation. They're the 50 loneliest places in the nation. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Well, it's inspiring to see those postcards get written.
It really is.
Yeah.
I like to see everybody, so I'm turning it on gallery view. Yeah, it really is nice to see those postcards. They're beautiful. Well, I wrote this with a friend named Tessie Lou Williams before COVID, if you can believe that. And it's kind of still appropriate. It's called Let's Stay Home. I know y'all are tired of staying home, but here we go.
I know we planned on going out, but let's stay home. 'Cause things look different from the couch. Let's stay home. I've lost all interest in the bar. Leave your shoes right where they are. I'm not getting in the car. Let's stay home. How about we just blow it off? Let's stay home. The rope has never felt so soft. Let's stay home. We've got frozen chicken wings, tater tots and onion rings. We're not missing anything. Let's stay home. We'll send regrets to Frank and Sue. They probably want to stay home too. I can't put on my coat and hat. The dog is sleeping on my lap, and I don't want to disturb his nap. Let's stay home. Noel. Honey, turn the TV on. Let's stay home. There's an Andy Griffith marathon. Let's stay home. We'll make our own clothes in time. Pour a more glass of wine. Doing nothing suits me fine. Let's stay home. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Well, I think I'm going to try one, and hopefully I can get all the way through it. It's kind of new, but it's one I wrote with my friend Becky Warren. So I see that you got Amy Ray next week, and Becky tours with Amy Ray a lot, and Amy Ray and Emily Salyers. So the Indigo Girls, and so I've written a bunch of songs with Becky, including this next one. It's called "The Triumphant Return of the Small Town Weirdo." The small town weirdo drove a long, long way back to the old home place one summer day for the class reunion and centennial soiree. With a parrot in the passenger seat, a squawking, hair streaked white like some bathroom caulking, memories of the whole town laughing and scoffing and talking. 20 years ago, feeling mighty relieved, the weirdo left and nobody grieved. Now there's worry how the big return is going to be received. Pulling up to the inn in rainbow rags, who was there to pick up the bags but the former president of the Golden Stags. He said, "Welcome back, we missed you, bub." And there in the hotel room, scrubbing the tub, was the former president of the country club. Then the mayor showed up and said, "So this is the bird. Some say this parrot knows 100 words, and you're really doing us proud from all I've heard. The triumphant return of the small town weirdo. Where do all the years go? You can't make them slow down. Like a shooting star burns through the atmosphere. You just watch the skies glow from down on the ground. Getting all dressed up for the big parade in pink overalls and some big round shades to ride down Main Street with the fire brigade. Now the firemen all knew the weirdo's name. They said, "You're this town's claim to fame, but since you left, things just haven't been the same." Then the mayor showed up. Then the ticker tape fell at the mayor's decree. He said, "We need you here, come home, don't you see?" And as he handed the weirdo a great big shiny weird key. Then the weirdo and the parrot both started to bawl, said, "This is not how I thought this would go at all." "Me neither," said the bird, "this is strange, caw-caw, caw-caw." But the crowd started yelling, "Why can't you stay?" And the weirdo said, "No, not today," and the parrot waved goodbye as they drove away. The triumphant return of the small town weirdo. Where do all the years go? You can't make them slow down. Like a shooting star burns through the atmosphere. You just watch the skies glow from down on the ground.
That one makes me cry every time.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. I want to thank Scott and Kari for having us too, for inviting us back.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. Such good work. I'm going to do a song I wrote with Melissa Carper. Billy and Bo.
Dakota farmland, tabletop flats, where Billy and I grew up at. Billy was my friend since we were 10, so I guess I never thought about it much back then. That we both looked up to this farm boy Bo, tall and strong from shoveling snow and baling hay. His big blue eyes were clear and bright as the prairie sky. The heart wants to go where the heart wants to go and you can't undo it. Billy never told me so, but I just knew it. Billy loved Bo. Bo won best goat at the 4-H fair, and I went to state for my pie with pears. For raising a pig, Billy won something too, and we all got to go on a trip to the zoo. And Bo and Billy, they laughed and laughed the whole way there and the whole way back. Billy put his arm around his butt and said, Bo, I sure had fun. The heart wants to go where the heart wants to go, and you can't undo it. Billy never told me so, but I just knew it. Billy loved Bo. Right out of school, Billy just packed everything in his pickup. He never came back. Had a full scholarship in Chicago. Made a lot of himself since 20 years ago. And we haven't seen hide nor hair of Bo. Last we heard, he's still with the rodeo. Never got married, heard through the grapevine, but he broke a lot of hearts, including Billy's and mine. Heart wants to go where the heart wants to go, and you can't undo it. Billy never told me so, but I just knew it. The heart wants to go where the heart wants to go, and you can't undo it. Billy never told me so, but I just knew it. Billy loved the boat.
Thanks, y'all.
Well, let's see. I like to do another one that I wrote with my friend Becky Warren, with whom I wrote that Small Town Weirdo song. But this one is about loosely based on an experience that I sort of witnessed as a child, and it involves my grandmother. My grandmother, when I was a kid, did this thing that sort of shocked and upset the balance of my entire extended family, and that was that she got a job. And and my grandfather, you know, he was a wonderful, wonderful man, but that definitely threw him off balance, you know, and he didn't really know how to deal with that very well. So this song is called Lurleen. Lurleen, oh Lurleen, don't want to tell you goodbye, my little sweet honey pie, but baby, I can't have you treating me mean. Don't make me do it, Lurleen. When I met you, Lurleen, you were practically a kid. If anyone knew how to get their way, Lurleen, you did. But then we settled down, you put that selfishness aside. I'd never dreamed that stubborn streak was still a mile wide, Lurleen. Oh, Lurleen. Don't want to tell you goodbye, my little sweet honey pie, but baby, I can't have you treating me mean. Don't make me do it, Lurleen. I got my big promotions as the days rolled into days. You took care of the kids until they finally moved away. Now I'm burning TV dinners every night of the week while you're curled up with a copy of the Feminine Mystique, Lurleen. Oh, Lurleen. Don't want to tell you goodbye, my little sweet honey pie, but baby, I can't have you treating me mean. Don't make me do it, Lurleen. Don't. got a car, you got a job, you act like someone else. Can't take care of the house and I can't take care of myself. You got business cards, expense accounts, you're asking for a raise. Darling, won't you please tell me that this is just a phase, Lurleen? Oh, Lurleen. Don't wanna tell you goodbye, my little sweet honey pie, but baby, I can't have you treating me mean. Don't make me do it, Lurleen. Don't make me do it, Lurleen. Don't make me do it, Lurleen. Thank you, thank you.
Hey, my family would be shocked if I got a job too. For different reasons. We're not sure how long we're supposed to play, so just cut us off when you're ready. I'm going to do one that Noel... Two more. Okay. I'm going to do one that Noel and Becky wrote that I just recorded. It's maybe got a swear word in it, but so... cover your kids' ears. It's not really a bad swear word, but it's slightly blue. Let's say you could say it on Saturday. You could say it on late night TV.
But you wouldn't want your kids saying it at school.
It's exactly. It's not like an HBO level swear word. It's more of a AMC level swear word. Anyway, I think this song is really appropriate for 2020. So I'm going to send this one out to 2020. Dedicated, very, very heartfelt dedication to this year. It's been a great year. So you got drunk at my birthday party and you passed out in the cake, but not before you asked my boss's wife if her boobs were fake. We spent a week in the Poconos. You let my car roll off the pier. Merry Christmas, asshole. You've ruined another year. You threw away my uncle's mint-condition baseball cards. When your brother's old RV broke down, you let him park it in our yard. At a picnic, you stuffed dollar bills into my great aunt's brassiere. Merry Christmas, asshole. You've ruined another year. Another year's gone. Say goodbye to all the troubles we've had. But I wonder what you'll do to make sure next year's just as bad. You ordered 50 pairs of boots. You used my bank account. You took your bonus to the dog races and you lost the entire amount. And then you resigned so you could work full time on your animal balloon career. Merry Christmas, asshole. You've ruined another year. Oh. Another year's gone. Say goodbye to all the troubles we've had. But I wonder what you'll do to make sure next year's just as bad. You got a tattoo of my name. You didn't spell it right. I had to bail you out of jail on our anniversary night. And then we got kicked out of the restaurant 'cause you broke their chandelier. Merry Christmas, asshole. You've ruined another year. Merry Christmas, asshole. You've ruined another year. Merry Christmas. Thanks, everybody. I think we're doing one more.
Yeah, we should do a duet of some kind.
Some duet of some kind. Okay.
Falta tu amor or
Good
something.
idea. Yeah, let's do that one. We haven't sung this in a little while.
No, this is one we learned from an accordionist named Esteban Jordan, who I used to hear all the time when I was growing up in San Antonio. He used to play at this place that his girlfriend owned on the St. Mary Strip called Salute. And so we're going to play this. And so thanks again for having us back.
Thanks, y'all. Really enjoyed it.
Llévate mi alma si quieres que pertenece. Llévate todo mi ser que tuyo es. Has de saber algún día lo que he sufrido. Entonces puedo hacer que tú me quieras a mí. Soy el que sufre el dolor de un juramento. Hasta la muerte juré quererte siempre. Soy la que vive sin fe, porque me falta tu amor. Llévate todo mi ser que pertenece. Soy el que sufre el dolor de un juramento. Hasta la muerte juré quererte siempre. Soy la que vive sin fe, porque me falta tu amor. Llévate todo mi ser que pertenece.
All right. Hey, I saw Leanne out there. Shout out to Leanne.
Yeah,
Nice
hi,
to
Leanne.
see you, friend.
Yeah.
Nice to see everybody.
It was incredible. Thank you so much, Brennen, Leigh, Noel, McKay, for joining us for this Zocalo Zoom. Way cool. And just such a great expanse of different flavors of music in this set. Thank you for bringing all of that. So cool. We love doing this on Tuesday nights. And one of the things that we've been doing every Tuesday night is getting a Georgia report. I don't know if Robyn has joined us. Scott,
yeah, Robyn is, I think our visit with Randy is going to be our Georgia report for tonight. Robyn had a, but one thing about Robyn, who will be back again, is she has been hired by the John Ossoff campaign into a really important role that I will let her explain because I don't want to flub it up, but it sounds like super exciting. And we are certainly just feeling very fortunate that we are tapped into all of her insight and updates, and so we'll get back to that next week. But yeah, what a night of music, huh, Jesse? With Kashona, having Shelly back with us, helping out Leanne, who was out today doing some canvassing in Austin and doing her and getting her vote in, and thought she was going to run late. And so we've got such a great family and just network here that she's able to check in with Shelley and bring her in, and it's just really amazing the way this whole thing has evolved into such a dynamic network.
It is way cool. And of course, next week's music is no different. It's going to be cool. I love how each week has kind of its own vibe. And so next week, Carolyn Aiken and Amy Ray will be joining us. And, you know, what we've been trying to do, especially with these Georgia focused ones, is reach out to artists who either are from Georgia or live there now. And, you know, so that's kind of been one of the methods to bring folks in. And when I reached out to Amy last week, she said she would love to join us. And so I'm really excited that she's coming on board for next week. And
yes, that is extremely exciting. And she and Caroline Aiken toured together. Caroline was somebody who, when the Indigo Girls were first getting started in the Athens area, was very helpful to them. And then they returned the favor when they got big, by taking her on the road with them. And they did some big tours with her on board. And so Caroline got to play and places, some of these just big, amazing venues, such as the Greek Theater and on and on. So it's just wonderful to get them back together. And that's just by coincidence we're able to do that. We already had Caroline lined up on the 29th, and we just switched her over to 22nd so that they could kind of have a little reunion with us and all things Georgia.
yes, indeed. And all things Zocalo Zoom. The one question I have, and I went online and looked, I'm not certain if there's a fair fight set up for Tennessee, but we need a chapter here. So I'll do some digging on that. And anyway, it's always a blast hanging out on Tuesday evenings. Thank you guys for what you do.
Our pleasure for sure. It's been such a great week. We had the All In, as I mentioned earlier, last night, and that movie is really something that we want to encourage everybody to watch on Amazon, to share with your friends. If this is this whole weaponization of voter suppression by Republicans has gone out of control, obviously, since 2013, again flaring up as it has over the course of the nation's history. As you learn all about that by watching this movie, and I've watched it 4 times now. Every time I'm a slow learner, so I keep picking up new things and putting the whole thing together. But we're going to keep showing it and keep riding this horse and being good troopers for that, that movement. There's something that's perfect about the way this has all worked out. And here we are in Georgia, where they have done all this work for the last 10 years. As Stacey Abrams says, it's all about, you've got to vote, but you got to get right back out and do the work. And as Randy mentioned tonight, we have to get back to work for 2022 already. There is going to be redistricting that is going to make it hell coming up as we try to hold the House. So there is not going to be any time to waste as we organize and just keep the momentum going forward. So I know that's probably not what people want to hear right now, but as it's we all need a break too, and so hopefully we'll catch our breath and we'll get organized and we'll keep on moving forward. So with that being said, Kari, want to put a bow on this?
Yeah, so just another fantastic night. Thank you again to everybody for being here. Thank you for writing postcards and being part of that huge number, which is just so incredible and so amazing. And so let's make it a goal. Everybody just grab more postcards right at the tail end of this. Grab some more postcards, request some more addresses, and just write until your fingers cramp up. And let's get to at least that 200,000 voter reach, because that would just be incredible. And that's the story that Randy shared. It was just perfect, where that was a couple years old and she kept that postcard. So we know that they're making an impact. And so it gives us something to do as a sense of easing our anxiety, because we feel like we're doing something that's making a difference, and it's making an impact on the person that receives this handwritten postcard. So please, if you can, go to envoysforhumanity.org/postcarding. You can request addresses. You can sign up for all our virtual events that we have going on. So you have a space where you can write with people and you're not doing it just on your own. And share with friends and family and put it on social media. As you're writing your postcards, show us your pictures of all of your postcards that you've been writing. Tag us in @TheEnvoyWay. Thank you, Brandy. Ooh, she's good. She's like magic. So tag us on all the socials at @TheEnvoyWay, and that will help us, and we can help spread the word by liking and commenting on your post and getting that out there and that information out there. So like Randy said, just ignore all the bad stuff and the tantrums and focus on empowering voters and sharing what power they have in their vote. And so a great way to do that is to tag us as you put your postcards in the mail. So thank you guys for joining us. Tomorrow.
One more quick shout out. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt. One more quick shout out. And Elaine Hayden, thank you so much for hipping us to Kashona. And we really we're so fortunate to have her with us tonight. So Elaine Hayden has been a wonderful supporter.
Well, thank you for getting her. I mean,
what a powerful, amazing voice that she has, and her lyrics are just, that was very powerful. So thank you all for joining us, and we will see you again next week for our Zocalo Zoom and everything going on this week. You'll see my face a lot if you want to sign up just to see my face. I'm just kidding. But we have a lot going on this week. So this is kind of the final push before the election is on January 5th. And so do everything you can. It's kind of, I know we're all tired, like Scott said, but now's the time in these next couple of weeks to, just dig down deep and do whatever you can, whether it's texting or phone banking, knocking on doors, writing postcards, educating yourself on voter suppression and things like that. So just everything that you can do really does make a difference. Whether you think it's big or small, it's making an impact. So thank you guys so much. And we'll see you again here, same time, same channel next week. So thank you guys. Bye.
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 I love seeing Vanessa's face each week. Bye.
Bye, everyone. This was really, really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. So glad you're here, Megan.
I'll see you next week. Well, maybe not next week, but the week after I signed up. But I'm going to try for Tuesday.